In this video we're going to talk about cylinder leakage testing. So to start this, I'm going to get an adapter hose. Needs to match the pitch and diameter of my spark plug as well as the depth, and no Schrader valve in the center should be open, just like this one is. With my hose selected, I can go ahead and thread it into whichever cylinder I'm going to test. I can remove all spark plugs prior to this. I also need to pay attention to disabling fuel and ignition so that I can use the starter motor to bump the engine over without having it actually start. So now I'm going to use the starter motor and the ignition in the key to just lightly bump it over until I hear that puff of air come out of the hose. They make some adapters that can whistle, and so there are other ways to audibly hear this, but the puff is usually noticeable enough. Once I think I've hit that puff, that's telling me the cylinder's at top dead center, and so now I can go over and get my tool here and get ready to put air into the cylinder to check for leakage percentage. I'm going to start by adjusting the tool. These have a regulator that adjusts the amount of air that goes in. I want to adjust it so that I've got 100 psi going into the gauge on the left, and then that'll help me know that depending on how much has been lost, I've got a direct correlation between 100 psi, and so if I am losing 10 psi, that tells me I've got 90% staying in or 10% leakage. With all that set, I can go ahead and hook up to my adapter hose. And so here you can see we got a good connection. The engine did not kick over, it just held true, and we're showing about 81 on my gauge on the right. And so that tells me I've got roughly 19% leakage on this cylinder. Now, if that wasn't the case and I hooked it up and I showed incredible leakage like this, where I've got all the way to basically 90% leaking out, or in reality it's about 100%, that tells me that I'm not on my compression stroke. And so I've got to work to get the engine up to my compression stroke. More than likely I've hit the exhaust stroke when I heard that puff, or I wasn't quite at top dead center, and when I hooked up the air it may push the engine and rotate it. And so it's important as you connect the hose, watch the serpentine belt in the drivetrain in order to see if it rotates and which way it rotates. This is probably one of the most frustrating parts of the leakage test, is getting the engine in the correct location. If you find it to be really hard to do just using the starter motor, you can also put a socket generally on the crank pulley, rotate the engine by hand, and really find where top dead center is. Some people may have more luck with that process. So here we've come back to having a good reading. So we're still on cylinder number 1, and we're showing about a 20% or so cylinder leakage. So now what you want to do is locate where's that 20% going. And so there's only a handful of options for that. One of those is it could be going to the crankcase, and that's through the cylinder rings. And so I take my oil cap off and listen or feel for air escaping through the crankcase. Another way I could do this is to get a latex or a nitrile glove and put it over either the oil fill cap or the dipstick tube, someplace connected to the crankcase, in order to see what kind of air is coming out. If I see that glove expand, I know that there's leakage present there, and that's something I need to make note of, is with my 20% leakage, some percentage of that is going through the crankcase, and that tells us the ability for the rings to seal must be a little bit low. The other 3 areas that could have leakage are through the head gasket to the cooling system, or through the intake or the exhaust valves. And so I can repeat a similar test with my glove, put it over something like the intake tube that's connected to the intake manifold and the intake valves, and see if I have leakage. Here on this car we could see we must have a bit of a leak around the intake valves. I could repeat the same process on the exhaust side. This car, however, did not have a sealed enough exhaust system, but typically we can put the glove around the muffler outlet or exhaust outlet, and again see if it expands, and that tells us that there's air traveling through that path and going by the valve seat or the valve area.